Om Agajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Mahernisham Anekadantam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Upasmahe Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parad Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति 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 वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतंजलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम् अथ माहेश्वर सूत्राणि अयिवुण् ऋलक् हयवरट् लण् ञमङणनं झभञ् घड़धश जबगड़दश खफा चठथा चटतौ कपै शससर हल इति माहेश्वराणि सूत्राणि. Okay, so let's go back to the slides. We were talking about the varnas, and there were some questions and discussions in the WhatsApp, and I was going to address anyway at the end of these two slides. We were in the middle of the second slide, and we have to get these things all cleared up, and in the sense of anything related to the aksharas, how to write them, how to pronounce them, all those things should be clear before we get into the sandhi topic, because sandhi, without a clear understanding of the pronunciations, going to sandhi will not make a lot of sense. And it may be some hiccups for the people who are not attending live, because they can't ask questions, and then pronunciation, sometimes it may be watch my lips things help in pronunciation. So sometimes that might help.
Jagadish ji, we cannot see you now. It's okay.
I can see you.
You can? Okay, in that case, if
No,
one
it is called Divya Drishti.
okay, other than that, can you see on your laptop monitor?
I cannot see you, but I can see the chart.
Okay. So I don't know, my camera is on. Raji Pandu, do you have any suggestions? The camera is on.
I do not see you, Jagdish ji. I just see the chart.
Okay.
I think you have the slide mode, Jagdish ji, so you may
No,
have
this
to...
is not slide mode. This is on OneNote.
OneNote, oh, okay.
Okay.
So,
and the last time it worked, because last time and the previous times there was no problem with the camera. Only this time when I re-logged on, the camera was off. Now the camera light is on, but still.
do you see the camera?
Let me see.
Yes.
Where did that screen go? Okay. I got to make this screen big.
Your video is mute, Jagadish ji.
Yeah, I have to. I am looking for the video icon.
It should be on your left bottom part.
Yeah, left bottom part is not there. What I have is only the Zoom screen.
Yeah.
Where is my other screen? How do I make it big?
Can you stop sharing and maybe then you can see the controls better? Maybe once you stop.
Okay. I think now
Stop
you
the
should be able to. Okay, now it popped up. All the buttons popped up now. Start video is. I'm clicking on it, but it's still, the crossbar is there now. Now the hourglass came. Now I am worried. If the hourglass comes, I'm worried it might hang up again.
What does hourglass mean?
Hourglass is wait.
Okay.
Computer is doing something.
Yeah, we can hear you but not see the picture.
We can,
Yeah.
you can carry on, maybe,
Yeah,
if
I
you
will
can
carry on.
respond.
When it comes, it comes. Only time is, there is some aksharas when I pronounce, then I say this is where the tongue should be, all those things. Only at that time it is better to watch the face. And these are the advantages of having live face to face. But okay, it is not doing it. I think it might hang up, but as long as you can see the screen, that should be. So, last time, oh, did I get hung up again?
No,
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 you're
Jagdish
fine.
ji.
no, we can hear you. I
Can
can
you hear
hear
me?
you.
Yeah, my screen it says Zoom not responding. If you can hear it and see the screen, that should be okay. Okay, so about the vowels, there is not a lot of things. Somebody said last time after the class, can you pronounce all the vowels? Okay, so I will pronounce as it is shown on the screen, row after row by row. Okay, so a, I, U, R, L. Then the second line is the long dirgha and the diphthongs. A, I, U, R, A, I, O, Au. The last row is pluta, which is not very frequently encountered, but it is just an extra long version of dirgha, like a, I, U. That's the only difference. Okay, and then is the swara is added. Now swara is generally, in pronouncing, the swara is added only in the Vedic literature, and in even in the Upanishads, all the Upanishads are not saswara. There is some of those are not swarankita. So the swara difference, there's a little difference between swara in the grammar and the swaras in Veda. Okay, in Vedas, even within Vedas, different Vedas have their own version of shiksha pronunciation. So I gave some idea about how many different shiksha granthas are there for each of the four Vedas in the last class. Okay, so Vedas, when we talk the swaras, when we talk about in the case of grammar, is a little different than the Vedic mantras. And Pāṇini uses this swara for a totally different purposes. Okay, which we will know as we go further in book 2 and 3. But right now, it is you need to know that there is each of the vowel can be pronounced at 3 different swaras: normal, anudatta, like a lower, and udatta, higher. It's not exactly pitch. Pāṇini actually defines what is anudatta mean, what is udatta means, and we will talk about that in the first few pages of the first chapter of the book. Okay, so any question? We talked about the sthanas of all the swaras in the last class or the one before, like which of the swara is modulated where. Just to refresh, all the akaras, you can see my cursor, right? Big cursor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all the akaras are modulated at the throat, so those are kantyas. Okay, all the akaras, and all the ikaras, short, long, all those ikaras are modulated at the palate, so that is why they are called talavyas. And all the ukaras are modulated at the lips, so that's why they are called oshtya, because modulated at the oshta. Okay, and the r, like a rishi ritu, that r is modulated at murdha, because you can see that, you can feel that your tongue is bending backwards, touching the roof of the mouth. And the l which is not very commonly encountered, so we don't have to much worry about it. But that is the modulation point is dantya or dantas, so that's the dantya. And A and I are diphthongs, so they are modulated at two places because it's diphthongs, two swaras, akara and ikara. So that is why they are guttural palatal and oo are guttural labial. Okay, and have to remember that this anuswara, the dot above, when you write in Devanagari, and the visarga, which is the two dots to the sides. Okay, those are not standalone. The swaras are standalone. They can be independently pronounced without the help of anything. Whereas anuswara and visarga always come after a swara. It may be aha, or im, ihi, or uhu, like that. So anuswara and visarga do not have independent pronounceability. Okay. I was saying kara, when we say a suffix kara, any letter and add a word kara means that sound. Akara means a sound, short a. If I say akara, that means long a. Okay. And this, whenever we say akara, that means all the 6 varieties of short a or long a. What are the 6 varieties of short a? The 3 swaras, udatta, anudatta, swarita, and there's nasalized and nasalized, non-nasalized versions. So 3 times 2, 6 versions of short a can be collectively called as akara. Same way, the 6 varieties of long a collectively can be called as akara, if you have to refer to, because later on when we come to the sandhi times, then sandhi chapter, we will use those. Instead of saying all the 6 long a's, we can say akara. Okay. Whereas suppose you want to say all the 18 varieties, not you in the sense, if Pāṇinian wanted to say all the 18 varieties of akara is included, then he will say a or a varna. Okay, that means all 18 varieties or all the varieties. Okay, so if it is a varna, that means all 12 varieties. Remember that a, I, u, r have 18 varieties. We have already talked about this from the slides, and we will also talk about it from the textbook. It is given in very more detail. So a, I, u, r have 18 varieties. L and r have the letter r has only 12 varieties. So are a, I, o, o, because a, I, o, o do not have a rasva variety. That is why they are 6 less. Any questions on the swaras? If not, we will go to the next page, which we left halfway last class. Okay. Maunam sammati lakshanam. That means
I have one question, Jagdishji.
Yeah.
That anuswara sometimes pronounced as ma and sometimes as na. So
yeah, we will talk about anuswara, okay? Because anuswara doesn't have its own pronunciation.
Okay.
Okay. The pronunciation of anuswara depends on what letter comes next.
Okay.
If nothing comes, then it is pronounced as ma. Okay, if there is nothing, like it's the end of the sentence, then it is pronounced as m. Okay, im. So if another letter follows, then its pronunciation of the anuswara changes.
Jagdish, I have one quick question. This chart is not present in the second book of the Medha Michika. Is it different?
No, this one, the Medha Michika's book has only one chart for both swaras and vyanjanas. This one I made in the pronunciation part. It is there. I just copied from the pronunciation because I added all these details on the header. I added those.
Okay.
To make it clear, and also put some colors so that you can see, which comes below which, and which is long. All the dirghas I gave one color. That anuswara and visarga I made it a different color just to distinguish that they don't follow the same way. Okay, because they are not independent swaras. Okay, so I just wanted to put all information in the slide form. I could put only in the slide form and make it a little colorful so that kind of self-explanatory.
Sorry for asking this question. You might have already explained the 6 varieties. If you don't mind, can you quickly recap?
Okay, let's we will come to that also in the textbook. Okay, because of this details, I went to the slide in the textbook.
thank
It's
you.
already there. Okay, we'll be coming back to that.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's go to the Varnamala now. The next slide. This is about the consonants. For completion's sake, I also put the swaras at the end. And this is how it is there in Medhaji's book. And in Medhaji's book, some of these header details, all the details may not be there. And the last column may not be there also. Okay, so that is how this has little additional information. We talked about this, the first 25 consonants we talked about, they are grouped into 5 groups, okay, with the same sthana. Now this, what we call as kavarga, which is ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, okay, all those are kantyas. You can feel that ka, the sound ka, ga, gha, nga. You can feel that the upper part or the front part of the mouth doesn't have a roll, so everything is at the kantya. Okay, same is with the ha. Okay, so all those are kantyas. You can see that the kantaha. So kantha is the sthana, modulation point. The sound which is modulated at a given point is you add a kantya. Kantya means coming from the kantha. Okay. Talavya is coming from talu or modulated at talu. So this chavarga and ya and sha. Okay. Cha, cha, ja, ja, nya, ya and sha. And in the vowels section, we already talked about E is the talavya. Okay. So, and then ta, tha, da, dha, na, and ra and sha. Those are all murdanyas. These are easy to identify because for the right pronunciation, you have to roll back your tongue. That is how they call retroflex and murdanya. And the next is dantya, when the tip of your tongue will be touching the back of the teeth. Okay, ta, ta, da, dha, na. Okay, now this is called ta varga. All the 5 elements of ka group, the 5 only, not ha. Ha is not kavarga. The ka, kha, ga, ga, nga are collectively called kavarga or the group of ka, and chavarga, tavarga, tavarga, and pavarga. All the 25 are together called vargiya vyanjanas or group consonants because they have some common features. So they belong to a team and all of them are some common because some of hard, soft, all those things. We'll come to that. Okay, then after this 5 by 5 matrix, then you have this yara lava. We already saw what their modulation points are. Those are called semi-vowels in English. The Sanskrita name or grammatical name is antastha. So they come somewhere, their pronunciation, if you see the contact between the tongue and whichever the part of the mouth. Now they are not as hard contact as the Vargiya Vyanjanas. Like for example, when you say ya, you see that the tongue is by the side of the talu, but not making contact like cha, cha, ja, ja. Ya is very slight contact. Okay, so you can see that here on the top, because Sanskrita, the pronunciation is so specific. It says these 25 are sprashta. It's like a contact, well contact. Yes, sparsha comes from contact. Sprashta is that which has to have contact. Whereas yara lava, they share the similar sthana. But if you see here, this is ishat sprashta. Ishat means slight. So slight contact at the same sthana. Okay. So yeah, we covered 25 plus yara lava for 29. Then what is left is the 3 so-called sibilants. Okay. these four, shasha, saha, they are called sibilants or ushmans. So this sha, we generally, because the sha and sha sound so similar, we generally specify with some example word. So we can say the sha, the first sha there is the shakti or the shankara sha. Okay, let's say shakti sha because the pure sha without anuswara. So the shakti sha, and this is like the shanmukha sha. Okay, this is the retroflex, and you can always, if it is pronounced rightly, you can see a little tinge of whistling sound when you pronounce the shanmukha sha. Okay. And the third one is the dental size, the simpler one. We generally call it as a Saraswati sa. When we have to distinguish between the three, we say Shakti sha, Shanmukha sha, and Saraswati sa. Okay. Ha is a little standalone because it has some specificity about it. So that's why it has its own row. But it is a kantya, modulated at kantha. Now there is, you can see that the first two columns, kaka, cha-cha, ta-ta, ta-tha, those are hard consonants. We call in English, we call this hard consonants. The equivalent in Sanskrita is karkasha. Okay, karkasha vyanjanani. Karkasha, hard, vyanjanani, consonants. Okay, so the first two columns, kaka, gaga, or kaka, cha-cha, ta-ta, those are hard consonants. And the next three in the group consonants are soft or mrudu. Okay, soft consonants or mrudu vyanjanani. Okay, so that is the third column, fourth column, and fifth column. Okay, of the group vyanjanas, they're all soft. So ga, ga, nga, ja, jha, nya, da, dha, na, da, dha, na, and ba, bha, ma. Those are all soft. And all the semi-vowels, they have to be soft because they are partly vowel, okay, semi-vowel. So vowels are all considered soft. So those are yara, lava, they're all soft, okay, mrudu. And then sha, sha, sa, all the three of them are hard. And the ha is soft again. Okay, then this is hard and soft. Again, we will come back to this in the textbook. Then there is what is called alpaprana and mahaprana. Alpaprana and mahaprana are easier to distinguish because alpaprana means for each pronunciation of each of those syllable or varna, less amount of air per letter is exhaled, whereas mahaprana needs more volume of air to be expelled to pronounce it right. Okay, so ka is alpaprana, is hard consonant. Alpaprana is ka. When we say mahaprana, it is ka, ga and ga. Okay, and like a ga and ha sound like amount of air you have to expire or expel is more so. Ha is mahaprana. Okay, you can feel that. For example, if you want to check that per breath, how many mahapranas you can pronounce, how many alpapranas you can pronounce. You can pronounce lot more alpapranas compared to mahapranas. And if there is a verse, say in Gita, where there's a lot of mahapranas, then you may need to pause in the middle. Okay, so the designation of the varnas, the first thing is sthana, and then prayatna. Okay, prayatna is effort. There are two types of effort, internal and external. Okay, so the internal effort, Sanskrita name is abhyantara prayatna. Prayatna is effort, abhyantara is internal. External effort is bahya prayatna. You can see the abhyantara, internal effort is the sprashta. How does the contact happen inside the mouth? Okay, so the prayatna inside the mouth, that is why it is internal. But bahya is something you can see and hear clearly. Alpaprana, mahaprana, and soft and hard. Okay, anything else on this? Now there are two things here at the end. I don't know whether it is in the book. In the book, it may not be there. This is Jihvamuliya and Upadmaniya. Those are technical names for the pronunciation of Visarga when certain letters follow. So Jihvamuliya is the pronunciation of Visarga when a ka or ka is followed. Okay. I have an example, and after the last class, somebody posted some verse about this Visarga pronunciation. So we'll go to that later. So Jihvamuliya and Upadmaniya are nothing but special pronunciations of the Visarga when the Visarga is followed by Kaka. It is called Jihvamuliya. The special pronunciation of Visarga when that Visarga is followed by Papa is called Upadmaniya. Okay. And we will talk about this in a lot more detail in the Visarga Sandhi, because it's very, very, very commonly encountered, especially in stotras like Viṣṇu-sahasra-nāma. This Upadmaniya and Jihvamuliya comes very, very often. Okay. Any questions on this? So this slide is, both of these are useful slides. So I might put these copies of this in the miscellaneous, but it is already there in the slide presentation. There's 21 slides. So this comes somewhere in the middle. Okay. So this is available for everybody in the Google Drive already.
Can I ask a question, Jagdish?
Yeah, before going to the next slide, if you have any question on this slide, please.
Yes, this is Preeti. So the difference between the ka varga na and the ta varga na, what is it?
Okay. Ka varga is nga. It has to be pronounced ka kha gha ga nga. It is at the back of the mouth.
Okay.
Just say very slowly, say Śāṅkara. So what is the sound you have before the ka? That is the nga.
Okay.
Shang, that ng, Śāṅkara, Śāṅkara. So that is the nasal version in the ka varga, ka ka ga ga nga, Śāṅkara.
Right.
And you're comparing that with the
fourth line, ta.
fourth line.
Ta,
That is the
na.
simplest one. Like na. When the right way of pronouncing na is like your tongue is not rolled back. It is in the straight regular position, but the tip touches back of the teeth and pronounce na. Just like a ta, but this is nasal, na.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So this may be the cases where, because I'm telling where the tongue should be, this may be the cases where the video may be helpful. But right now I'm a little scared to switch on camera. It might hang up again. Okay, good question. Okay, because these questions always come up specifically about this nasals.
Jagdish ji, this is Yashodhara. Namaskar. So what about the na at the end of the chavarga? How can you tell us how to pronounce that one?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
End of the chavarga, try to pronounce Sanjaya and watch what you pronounce before the ja. That is nya, Sanjaya. Okay, Sanjaya. Or you can say enjoy. Before the J sound, where is your tongue? Enjoy. If you can pause, like Śāṅkara, enjoy. See, this is the tongue is touching about the front roof of the mouth. It is still not rolled back. Okay, Sanjaya.
Change.
Change, yes. New change. Now change is there is a nya and ja sound. I have a few more examples in the next slide, because a lot of questions comes up, especially when you're talking about words like jnana, where the ja is followed by nya, the reverse order of what we are talking about. Okay. Shall I try whether I can switch on the camera?
Mhm.
I'm specifically asking Pandu. he is the resident technical expert today.
Madi.
Okay, let me see. Okay, can you see me now?
No.
My camera icon came on and I can see myself on the screen.
No, I cannot.
Okay.
I think Jagdish, if camera is on, we cannot see it clearly. So I think just let it be as it is.
Okay. Let me.
So the camera may be working,
Hmm.
and so we don't see
Okay, one second,
any
one second,
of
one
the
second.
boxes for.
Okay, what about
Now we
now?
see you.
It is working. It's
Ah,
working.
Now we
Now,
see you.
We
now-
are in
Yeah.
business.
Now we can see.
now it's
Okay.
okay.
Now let me try.
Actually, the one suggestion,
Yeah,
most people should turn off their camera. They shouldn't turn on their camera.
yeah,
That
that is.
way it will bandwidth will be fine.
Yeah, that is what somebody suggested right after the first class. Vipul Patel suggested, and then we were okay for next few classes.
Yeah.
Okay, let me, because of the question, see, when I say Śāṅkara, nga is, the contact is way back, Śāṅkara. Whereas when I say Sanjaya, nya, so nya. I don't know whether the
Jagdish.
lighting is good.
Jagdish,
Yeah,
oneself, come closer to the camera.
okay.
Then we will be able to see you a little bit.
Okay, Sanjaya. I think still the light is above me, I think. It should be.
Is it too much of a hassle for you to change the presentation mode so we can see you full screen and switch it back? Is it too much or it doesn't work that way?
Let me see. Mute.
Because you're on a tiny
Yeah, that's
image and the.
in a small.
I mean, I'm fine with that, but for the people who are really watching the movement of the mouth.
You
Get
can
up.
actually do it on a side-by-side panel and increase Jagdish ji's side.
You can do
He
that.
doesn't have to change anything.
I
Yeah.
am
In the
trying.
view, right on the top right side, there's a view button.
Okay.
Go to side-by-side gallery.
And there's a 3 dots on his picture. Click on it and say pin for me. And then you'll see the full screen of Jagdish. And
Hey.
then you can switch back again.
3 dots, and then what do you do?
Click on the 3 dots and then
Okay.
you pin.
And pin. Okay. Yeah,
Pin.
now we see the full screen
Yeah,
of
full
Jagdish
screen,
ji.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can see me on full screen. All
Yes,
right.
full screen.
Okay. Now the ka, look at my mouth. Ka, ga, nga.
Yeah.
So nga is, the shape of my mouth didn't change. Only thing is partly nasalized and is nga. Ka, ga, nga. Okay, that is why it is the same group. Ka, ga, nga. The mouth shape doesn't change because the sana is same. Whereas the nya is cha, cha, ja, jha, nya.
Yeah.
Nya. Okay, ja, nya. Same position.
Yeah.
Okay, ja, nya, ya, all of them are the same contact position. Okay, the third one na is pretty straightforward because it's a retroflex. Ta, tha, da, dha, na. Okay, so the tongue rolls back. That is the easiest one. Okay, and the na is also simpler because it's ta. The tongue has to touch the back of the teeth. Ta, ta, dha, dha, na. Okay. And the last word, ma, of course, it is totally different. It is the most easiest because it is the lips close when we pronounce ma. Lot of times the problem is in the first two, nga and nya. Okay, nga and nya. Is that pronunciation locations clear now?
Jagdish, can you give us more example of words like Shankar and Sanjay?
Okay.
It helps more. Yeah.
Okay, Śāṅkara, Pankaja, Pankti, then
King.
okay, one with G, King,
Ganga.
Ganga. Okay, so there's ka and ga. The nga pronunciation is same. Okay, Mangala. Okay, those are all for nga. So let's try some nya. Okay, enjoy, Sanjaya, Manjula, Manju,
Chanchal.
Chanchal. Okay, so there's
Vyanjana.
there where if you have to write cha first and then half nya and cha. The nya and cha are combined. Okay, I have some examples in the next slide. Okay.
How about Vyanjana? Vyanjana.
Vyanjana is the second nya also, because after nya, what is followed is ja varga. Okay, Vyanjana. Actually, I have that as an example typed up in the next page.
It seems to me like when we say nga, it's more the back of the mouth.
No,
When we say nya is more in the front of the.
yes, nga is back of the mouth because it is the throat. It's kantya, right? Kaka
Yeah.
ga ga nga is kantya. So it has to be back of the throat.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, nya is the front roof, like a cha cha ja ja nya. Same group.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that clear now?
Yes.
Yeah, we have to clarify this, because especially between the first two nasals, there's always confusion.
Jagdishji, I think I have been writing my name all my life the wrong way. Cha and then anuswara on
No,
top.
that's okay.
And then
That's
cha
okay.
and then la.
No, that is okay, because that is the way generally people write, because putting a dot is a lot easier than writing half nya.
Half nya.
Okay, and this specificity of writing nya is only in classical Sanskrit.
Yeah.
In Hindi and most of the colloquial languages, you can get away with anuswara for most of these nasals, or all the nasals. And that is the reason why the anuswara doesn't have a fixed notation. But when you pronounce, you can't pronounce it other way. Because suppose you write cha dot chala, then you are not pronouncing it as cham chala, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So our tongue adjusts for that. It automatically pronounces the anuswara as nya.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless you consciously make it into an anuswara. Some pronounce cham chala, but it sounds so odd and you have to put effort to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions on this slide?
How do we get back to the screen now?
Okay. That
Okay,
is
so what you have to do is just click on the left side, left top. It will say switch to sharing control.
Sharing content.
Sharing content. Then you will see him as well as his presentation on the left top corner.
Left top corner. Switch to sharing content. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Welcome.
okay. Pando,
Yes, sir.
you are pinned to the class. You can't travel anymore. We have pinned you.
I think Pandu should give us a 1 or 2 or maybe 3 lectures how to use the computer, you know, which icon to press, which button to push and pull.
The problem with the Pandu is he's always on flight.
Let's
Lucky
bind
today we
him.
have it today.
Let's bind him down to the.
Okay. So if there are not many questions on this, of course, the contents not in this form, but in black and white form, we are going to get that again when we get back to the text. Okay. Let me see whether we can finish. Okay. So this is, I made this up today looking at the kind of discussions going on in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so I thought I have to spend more time to clarify this. Okay, so the first thing is, whenever we say, suppose we say a sound ka. Okay, now this akshara ka as written here. Everybody can see my cursor?
Yes.
Okay, this ka, even though it looks like one akshara, if you look carefully, it is a combination of k, the kakara, and akara. So it's a combination of a consonant kakara, k sound, and a vowel. The consonants, by definition, they are not pronunciable by themselves. Okay, we talked about this during the slides. Even in English, a pure consonant, when you say that, you add a vowel before or after. Okay, what is the first consonant we come across in English?
A.
No.
Oh, consonant.
Yeah.
B.
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 Okay, when you say it is not just the B, you already you are as if it is like a B-E-E, right?
Yeah.
So it is always either followed or succeeded by a vowel. Okay, B and C. The sound is there, and then you add as if you are adding a E.
Yeah.
Same with the D. Okay, but when you go to F, you don't never say. It's very hard to say. Just the sound doesn't come out. That is why they added a E in the beginning. So then you can say F. But the pronunciation is the part only, right? So it is there in all. So consonants can be pronounced only adjacent to a vowel, before or after. Okay. So even when we say write ka, it is actually a combination as a consonant ka and a. A pure consonant is indicated by this. Okay. You write the letter and put a shoe, like a small line underneath. That sign is called halanta notation. Let me make this one letter big. Okay. So this ka, this is the full ka, but it is combination of kakara and akara. Okay. If you want to just say the pure consonant, then you have to show it with the halanta sign, just that a little notation on the bottom. That is the grammatical notation of the Sanskrita term for that is hal anta, halanta. Hal is a consonant. Hal anta is an indication of hal. Okay. So a pure consonant is always shown with the ananta, halanta. To aid pronunciation, even when we write the Varnamala, then you say ka, ka, ga, ga, nga. What you mean there is k, g, n, all those sounds only. To make it pronunciable, you automatically add. So in the Pāṇini's or Maheshwara Sutra, when you say ka, cha, ta, ta, pa, what is meant is the pure consonant k, ch, t, t, all those. Okay. So the akara at the end is uccharanarthe, for the sake of pronunciation. Okay. Because there are some discussions about this in the class. That's why I'm highlighting this. Even if you write like a ka, it is actually, and you can see that very clearly when it is transliterated. Okay. So just the K is equivalent of this K. Okay. This K sound is halanta. Even in K, you see that it's not just the K. You follow it with the A at the end. That is how the K is pronounced even in English. Okay. Another example. You have the letter, you have the akshara here, she. Now the she is the shakara immediately followed by a ikara. Okay. That is how you get she. Okay. Now the question sometimes comes, what is a letter? What is a syllable? Sometimes we say varna, sometimes we akshara. Okay. So here is the meaning. Varna is a letter. Now this k is a letter because it's a ka varna or ka kakara or ka varna. It is a varna or a letter. Okay. Whereas when it's combined, then it becomes akshara. Akshara is k plus a. Ka is an akshara. K and a are two letters or varnas. So when you say k as a ka and a is added to pronounce for pronunciation sake only. Okay. So if you write the letter ka, it has two letters k and a, or two letters or two varnas, but it has only one syllable or one akshara. Okay. Let's go to a second one. Bhakti. We have the word bhakti. I took some of the common words. Bhakti. So the bhakti has two syllables or two aksharas, bha and kti. Okay, so I separated that here, bha and kti. In English, if you have to separate it here, you have to separate here. Okay, bha and kti. Now bha is made up of bh and a. Bh is the vyanjana, a is the swara. Okay, and kti it's a compound vyanjana, kakara and takara. That's why you have k and t added with the swara at the end, kti. Okay, so bhakti, it is a two syllable or two aksharas, but if you break each of the akshara into its constituents, you will see that it has 5 letters or 5 varnas.
Jagdish, one question in this, for example, she on the first line and bhakti, we say she, the I is written before, E is written before the sh.
Okay.
The small e comes before the sh, but in the sound it is she.
No, the E never comes before.
But
okay, that is the way Devanagari letter is, the arch, the McDonald's arch bending left to the left. Okay, because there's only two ways. One, they took the left for short and the right for long.
Okay.
It is not that the E is pronounced before, it is not.
No, but when you say she, the E sound comes at the end. She.
Yes,
Bhakti,
that's how it should be.
Bhakti. The E sound comes after t.
Right. Because the vowel always comes at the end.
Okay, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Because if the vowel comes in the middle, then it will be two separate syllables, because vowel separates the syllables.
Okay, okay.
Okay? So here, bhakti, you can see b, a, k, t, e. Now this breaking each letter, especially the last letter, is very important, because that is the whole sandhi works, because sandhi works on the last letter of the first word and the first letter of the second word. So suppose we have a sandhi happening, bhakti and something else coming, that something else will react only with the e, not with the ta. Okay, so that is why it is should be very clear about how to break the aksharas into constituent varnas. Okay, or how to break the syllables into the constituent letters. Okay,
yes.
Now kti is kakara. You can see it clearly in the English version of the Roman letters. Kakara, takara, and ikara. E is swara, ka and ta are the compound. So it's a compound consonant, it will become ti. Okay, same way, another one, pankti. Okay, now here there is 3 consonants. That's why I picked them. Okay, 3 consonants before you encounter a vowel. So pankti is also 2-syllable word. Pa-nti. Okay, pa, pi, pakara and akara, and nga, ka, ta all come together, and e comes at the end. Okay, here I added, to increase the complexity, I added the visarga also. So panktihi. So nktihi is the second syllable, pa is the first syllable. Okay, you can see that it has 2 syllables, but it has 6 letters. Okay, so for a lot of times, the English transliteration often gives the right number of letters, but there are some exceptions. For example, bhakti, bha is 1, but to show Mahaprana in English, the only option is adding a H. Okay, that is why it is like that. It's not that it has it doesn't have 3 sounds, but there's only way we can show Mahaprana is BH. There's no one letter that sounds like a Mahaprana. Okay, now the little more tricky ones. This is the nya and ja coming together. Okay, we already talked about this word vyanjanam. Okay, so if I have to write vyanjanam, you see the vya, nja, na, and m. Okay, so vyanjanam, this is how you write in transliterated Roman letters. if you have to break into independent varnas, v, vakara, yu, yakara, then a. So that makes the first akshara vya. Okay. Then nyakara, jakara, and akara makes nja, vyanja. Okay, nja. Okay, this is the second akshara. And the na. Okay, and one makara at the end. Okay, this is generally when you say vyanjana as a singular, you have to add m at the end because it is napumsakalinga. How to indicate that? Okay, otherwise the pratipadika, the pure noun base is vyanjana. So this is nyakara followed by jakara. Sanjaya, enjoy, and enjoin. So whatever words were nya follows ja. Now if the order is reversed, then what happens? You have to pronounce ja first and nya next. Okay, and a lot of people do not pronounce this right because instead of ja they pronounce ga. Like instead of vijnana they say vigyana. Okay, so the right pronunciation is ja and nya. That is why I am highlighting the difference between the nya and nga. So in vijnanam you pronounce v, v, e is v, then jnanam, ja followed by nya. And in Sanskrta you have to pronounce everything that's written. So ja and nya and pronounce that nya. Okay, there's no ga, that is nya. I don't know whether you can see my nya, nya, ja, nya together, nya. So vijnanam, jnanam. So it is not jnanam. Jnana means you are not pronouncing the ja part. Okay. Now another added problem for people who are new to the Devanagari is there is a shortcut notation for jna. Now this notation jna, see I mentioned here pure consonant jna, the highlighted one. Okay, people who know Hindi, they know this letter pretty well. Okay, now this is not nya. Nya is this one. This is pure nya. This is a combination ja plus nya. So in the parenthesis, I highlighted the notation nya is ja plus nya. Okay, so the right way of pronouncing vijnanam is vijnanam. I am giving some pause between the letters. Vijnanam, jnanam. Okay, so ja vijnanam, vijnanam, vijnanam. Okay. So the right pronunciation is no, because a lot of people might have a tendency to make it as ga. There is no ga there, it is ja. It's not vijnanam, it's vijnanam.
I have a question. Can you please define what akshara is? Is it one letter? It is one varna, or it is two varnas put together?
Now akshara is a unit that can be separated from another one. It's like a syllable. Okay, like when you say bhakti, bha is one akshara, kti is another akshara. The kti akshara has 3 varnas in it. Okay, now all the vowels, because they are independently pronounceable, the vowels are varnas as well as aksharas because they can be independently pronounced. Okay, now the k is not an akshara by itself because you cannot pronounce k by itself unless you add as a ka or ki, or in this case ti. Okay, ti has a ikara at the end.
So akshara is something that can be pronounced by itself, is the definition?
See, yeah, you can make that as a definition, but precisely that definition we use it for swaras. When we have to distinguish between swara and vyanjana, swaras can be independently pronounced by themselves, like a, I, o, I, o, au. Okay, whereas vyanjanas cannot be. That is why Vyanjana needs a swara to be pronounceable. So Vyanjanas as a varna or a letter cannot be pronounced. The Vyanjana has to be converted into an akshara by combining it with a swara to make it pronounceable as an akshara.
So so all swaras are aksharas.
Yeah, all swaras are aksharas because they can be pronounced by themselves without any.
Okay, thank you.
Jagdish ji, I'm sorry. Going back to the Vijnanam, but when we say Vijnanam, we're not pronouncing the J.
Yes, we are.
So can you just say it again?
Okay, so let me pause at Vijnanam.
Yes.
Okay, and then see, I am pausing after J before the Nya. Vijnanam. If I don't pause, then it will become Vijnanam.
Okay.
Is that clear? Vij. Jnanam. The Nya. A-N-A-M. Vijnanam. Okay, this is the Vij and there's a cha-cha-ja-ja-nya. Immediately one after the other. Okay, so there the ja is a consonant, not independently pronounceable. Ja plus nya, again consonant and consonant, you cannot independently pronounceable. It becomes a akshara only when it combined with the a. Ja, nya and a together will make an akshara. The nya akshara will have jakara, varna, ja varna, nya varna and a varna together. So this example might have clarified the previous question, akshara and varna. Was that Ram asking that question earlier?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so this might have clarified because ja, nya, by even whether separately or independent, collectively, you cannot pronounce, it won't come out unless you add a or e or something. So here it's a long a. So nya is an akshara, ja is a varna, nya is a varna, a is a of course is a varna and akshara both because it can be pronounced independently. Is that clear?
Yes, thank you.
So Jna become Akshara, so we will pronounce like Vijnanam, right?
Yeah, Vijnanam. But don't make it a ga. There is no G sound there. There's a, the English G ga sound is not there.
Okay.
Okay, because sometimes people make that as not even nya. They don't even pronounce nya. They make it as a y. Vigyan or gyan. Okay,
But I can hear ga sound. I don't know.
Yes, you should not. If you pronounce rightly, you should not.
Can I add something?
Please.
The ga and Vijnanam, ga and a ja, the back of the tongue comes in contact with the back of the palate. Ga. But ja, the front of the tongue comes in contact with front of the palate.
Front roof of the mouth, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we already taken 11 minutes extra, but we lost 11 minutes in the beginning. So maybe, yeah, I thought I will finish this slide, but then because of all the technical issues, and I have to highlight also, there's another there's only one or two words where nya, ja, nya come in that sequence. Sanya, sanyaha. Okay. So that is the next two ones. There is ja and nya. Nya, ja, nya comes together. Sanya. But if you can master that pronunciation, then you are done with the nya and nga confusions.
Yeah.
Sanya. Okay. Sanya word is a generally grammatical word, but sanyaha is, I think the word comes in Vedānta. Sanyaha, one who knows well, as Pullinga. Okay. So we'll talk about that in the next class. We are going slower than I thought, but then we have to get this clean. Otherwise, the sandhi will not make any sense. And I think we can catch up later. So we have to answer all the questions. And if you have any questions about the things we covered in the classes, like pronunciation, letters, consonants, all those things, post it in the group. And if it is, if you have a specific question about the articulation points and you want to hear also, then maybe you can call me with the WhatsApp call, personal WhatsApp call, if you are keen about how to pronounce where what part of the tongue should touch where. Okay.
Can I ask you one question?
Sure.
This is Ram. You know, I used to think Sanskrit has got all the pronunciation a person can expect. And then I thought about the word hotel. Ho. The ho sound is not there in Sanskritam. Ho.
Okay, that is a lot of sounds are language specific.
Yes,
And the problem is that if the sound is there, only that sound is used in the literature in that language. When you take a word from another language and find an equivalent sound, letter or this thing in another language, it is not possible. That reverse is true for in English also.
Yes, but I was in the wrong impression thinking
Yes.
Sanskritam being the mother of all languages, I thought it'll have all the sounds you can create it.
Oh, no. The thing is, Saṁskṛta doesn't say that, it never said that it has all the sounds. The claim in Saṁskṛta is that there is no difference between what you write and what you read or how you pronounce it. So that way it is 100% phonetic language. Okay, you can imagine how much you have to stretch the pronunciation of each letter in English to pronounce the way of different words, because it has only 26 letters. Okay, the same hotel, the H is pronounced differently when you spell hour. Its H is almost silent.
Jagdish, what's the difference? What's the meaning of these two words, sangya and sanya?
Okay, the two letters there, they are different ways of writing the same thing. There's a little difference. There is one is with the sandhi, one is without the sandhi. The meaning is same. In the sanya, in the grammatical terms, it is like a name or a definition for certain thing in grammar.
Okay.
Jagdish, how to pronounce jigyasa?
Okay, you pronounce it right. G is separate, no problem. Then the jnasa is like vijnanam. Jijnasa is jijnasa.
But you said that I pronounce right, but I can hear go in my pronunciation.
If you did that, then I didn't hear it. Okay, so it is not jigyasa or jignyasa. It is jijnyasa. Ja.
Jigyasa.
Okay, jijnyasa is the same like vijnanam, jnanam, prajnanam, all those. And by the way, we are going to analyze the word jijnyasa in the book 3, how it came about, because it is derived from the jna dhatu, jna to know.
Jagdish ji, is that a samjha? Is it a typo?
No, there is no samjha. It is samjna. Sam, sa with anuswara, and jna, ja, jna together. Jna.
Yeah, but
See the break.
jna, na.
No, but both should be same, right? Because the dot on top of sun will become in the next word.
Yes, but there is a reason why it is written that way, because there is a sandhi when the anuswara will convert into nya. Okay, so we will talk about that in the consonant sandhi. It will come up.
Okay. I have one question actually. I mean, is there a winter break or no? Because I was planning some vacation time.
Yeah, I think we will have. I don't know when the Christmas day is. So yeah, just like Thanksgiving Day, that Thursday we didn't have the class. So those things we will decide. We still have days, right, before that. Yeah, Christmas time, maybe the week or the 2 classes, or we will decide at that time.
Thank you.
Two more things. When somebody mentioned about the letters. In Gujarati, the b, when we say b, we put the lips together and blow the air out. But we say b, we are sucking in the air. B. That's Gujarati.
Okay, Premji, let's stick to Alpa Prana and Mahaprana.
Okay. And the other one is Quran. You don't say Quran, it comes deeper.
Yeah.
Quran. Oh, deeper. Isn't it?
That way, African languages have clock. And we can't write that.
Okay, I think what we will do is we will do the concluding prayer and then we stop the recording and then continue the chat. How about that? Okay, concluding prayers. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.